What else we got to catch up? That was a delay. Stupid, bro. Where's oh no. What happened with the Oh my god, bro.
Old Spice shampoos are scientifically crafted to
Paul
help make men's
Heyman,
hair look thicker,
AEW,
healthier, and more
A&E
moisturized.
bio
That's because
Paul
they're
Heyman.
blended with
It's
the
kinda like his
perfect mix
DVD
of
came out a couple
cleansing
years
and
ago.
conditioning
Still,
ingredients for
super
men's
good.
hair.
Watch that,
Try
bro.
Old Spice
It's
shampoos
super
today and rescue your hair.
Well,
It's got to be time.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news.
Oh,
Join us
British
now
guy?
as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors
Awkward.
you need to know, including Bret Hart buries Vince McMahon, CM Punk tagging with John Cena, is RVD returning to WWE, Rikishi fires back at fans, Scott Steiner scolds AEW, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, let's hit the intro and get on to our first story. Bret Hart buries Vince McMahon. Our top story today looks at recent comments from WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart, who had a brutal take on Vince McMahon's recent fall from grace. It's well documented that Hart and McMahon weren't exactly best friends, and although the two had a positive working relationship somewhat over the past 14 years, Hart still evidently held resentment towards McMahon
Bret
for
Hart
the
to death,
Montreal
especially all the
Screwjob.
stuff he's been
Hart
through.
was asked to comment on McMahon's
hating on
downfall
everybody,
during a
though.
virtual signing with Signed by Superstars, and Hart had a 5-word response, which couldn't have been worded any better. What goes around comes around. Also, during the signing, Hart addressed whether he was asked to be involved in the Owen Hart Cup in AEW, and in a shocking revelation, Hart revealed that Tony Khan did not seek his involvement. Nope, he's never asked me. I'd have to think about it if he did ask. I like Tony, and I'd be happy to help out, but I don't know if I'd want to go down. I think it might ruffle WWE's feathers, and I get all my everything tied in through them. But then again, it can't hurt to ask. CM Punk tagging with John Cena? CM Punk has already openly stated that he would be interested in running it back with John Cena. Now, the former WWE champion has expanded on this and stated during a Comic-Con appearance that he would love to team with Cena during his final run. If I had to tag up with somebody to beat some people up, it would probably be Larry. Everybody's asking me because John Cena has announced his retirement that, obviously they want to see us fight each other. I think there's something to me and him tagging. I think that can be pretty interesting. It seems inevitable that WWE book Punk and Cena to have a match of some kind, and if they have no desire to book a singles match between the two legends, then the two teaming together would be great to see. Is RVD returning to WWE? Could former WWE champion Rob Van Dam be on his way back to WWE? Well, RVD addressed the notion of a WWE return on his podcast, and he stated that it all comes down to the business relationship. So it's not just about a personal relationship, it's about a business relationship too. And whoever's in charge, whether they, regardless of personal feelings, whether they think that going with this idea is a good investment or a bad investment, going with this idea, same. Whether this guy is good for the company. And so anyway, those are the things that I think people don't consider that I do. Like, I have no reason to assume that anybody wants me unless they tell me they want me. Whilst RVD has certainly slowed down in recent years, he has never confirmed his retirement, and based on these latest comments, it appears that he's got a lot left in the tank. Would you like to see RVD make a WWE return? Let us know in the comments below. The Miz reveals Hall of Fame plans. At one point in time, the idea of The Miz in the WWE Hall of Fame would be laughable. However, The Miz is now considered to be one of the most reliable veterans in the locker room,
Longevity
and he is virtually
matters,
a guaranteed future WWE
Miz
Hall of
still
Famer.
sucks.
It
He's
looks
just
like the
funny, and
multi-time
longevity,
champion is already making plans for his eventual induction, as he revealed during an interview with Adrian Hernandez that he would like his own wife, Maurice, to be the one to induct him into the Hall of Fame. The Miz has no plans on retiring anytime soon, so unless WWE makes the rare move of putting an active wrestler into the Hall of Fame, The Miz's induction could be a long time away. Jeff Hardy willing to enter WWE Hall of Fame?
No, they
Speaking
have
of
to
the
come in
WWE
together, bro.
Hall of Fame,
No,
one
don't do
name
that
that
to
is
them.
destined for an induction is Jeff Hardy. However, it's not that simple, as Hardy has gone on record to state that he wouldn't accept an induction unless he goes in alongside his brother Matt. The former WWE champion has since confirmed his take on this during an interview with Busted Open Radio, so it's clear that Hardy's stance on the matter hasn't changed. It's unknown if WWE are interested in inducting both into the Hall of Fame, but there's no argument that an induction would be 100% justified. Rikishi fires back at fans. Rikishi has been incredibly open regarding his thoughts on WWE's booking as of late. Rikishi has been critical of the way WWE have presented Jey Uso, and Rikishi firmly believes that main event Jey Uso should have won the 2024 Money in the Bank ladder match. Rikishi has now taken aim at those fans who are sick of the Bloodline storyline in WWE. Whilst for the most part the majority of fans still enjoy the story, there is a fair share of fans who believe the storyline has gone on for too long, and WWE are extending the story for the sake of it. In relation to these criticisms, this is what Rikishi had to say. When it comes to the Bloodline, man, this is what gets me going. The Bloodline, when people talk about the Bloodline, oh, we tired of the Bloodline. You can be tired all you want for a few years, but we've been going through this shit for 75 plus years. You don't think we tired? But we are the type of people, we tired, but we keep coming back. We keep finding solutions, not excuses, solutions. And the solutions need to be the best you can be in that squared circle. Rikishi went on to say that it ultimately comes down to business, and if the Bloodline aren't drawing money in WWE, then the criticism is valid. Otherwise, if we not over in the squared circle, move us out. If you can put asses in the seats, if you can knock those merchandise sales out, if you can bring up WWE's revenue, TKO's revenue, if the Bloodline is not that anymore, I get it. Go ahead and just knock it then, but you cannot knock the Bloodline that's been holding professional wrestling. That's WWE on their backs for the last 4, 5, 6 years now. Bryan Danielson to announce future plans. It was confirmed this week that Bryan Danielson's AEW deal will expire on August 1st. AEW have since turned this into a storyline, and Danielson took to X this weekend to state that he's been doing a lot of thinking and will address the AEW fans. It'll be interesting to see how AEW and Danielson spin this, and it's possible that Danielson formally announces an extension to his AEW deal. As things stand, the American Dragon is set to headline All In 2024 against Swerve Strickland for the AEW World title. Should popular tag teams start out on the main roster? It's been reported over the past month that iconic tag team, the Motor City Machine Guns, are WWE bound.
I didn't even know they were signed.
WWE hasn't confirmed the signing. The signing of the duo has been reported by several sources, so it looks like it is indeed finally happening. One of the things that hasn't been reported is whether or not the duo are main roster or NXT bound. Due to the established nature of the duo, some fans are under the impression that Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin should head straight to the main roster. However, one notable wrestling personality disagrees, speaking on Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel stated that the Guns should begin their WWE tenures in the NXT brand. No, I wouldn't bring them to the main roster. I'd go NXT and break them in there. They won't be run ragged, you know, making house shows and all this. They will just do the local thing they have in Orlando. They can talk to them, get them accustomed to how the WWE works, and bring them up. Whilst Mantel's argument has merit, WWE has been known to debut wrestlers straight on the main roster, and it could be argued that Shelley and Sabin don't need a stint in NXT. The duo have worked TV all around the world and spent years on TNA programming, so they know how TV production works, and don't exactly need to be trained in this department in NXT. Scott Steiner scolds AEW. It's extremely rare for Scott Steiner to take part in interviews, but he made an exception for a recent interview with Sportskeeda. One of the topics that Steiner discussed was AEW, and in typical Steiner fashion, he didn't hold back, and he has a rather negative stance on the AEW product. It's great for another place for the guys to work. Competition's always good for the business, but there's no doubt that WWE is hot right now. They got the fan interest, that's what's most important. The thing is that you just can't have matches. Nobody gives a shit if they're just matches with no storyline. You're throwing two guys together. No, it doesn't work. What do you make of Steiner's take on the AEW product? Let us know in the comments below. Paul Heyman talks Roman Reigns. Our final story today looks at the extent of the friendship between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. We know that Heyman and Reigns have an insanely close friendship behind the scenes in WWE.
Yes,
After all, Heyman selected Reigns to induct him into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. However, we didn't know how much Heyman relied on Reigns to bring enjoyment to his work. During a sneak peek of Heyman's A&E documentary, Heyman revealed that nobody else outside of Brock Lesnar would compel him to bring his A game to WWE other than the head of the table. Brock Lesnar wasn't there, and I can't imagine anyone else that would compel me to go to work every day with that passion other than Roman Reigns. I'm not just on camera with Roman Reigns, I work very closely behind the scenes with Roman Reigns. Heyman, along with Reigns, are currently off of TV, and with Reigns being rumored to return next weekend at SummerSlam, it's a distinct possibility that the wise man makes a dramatic return in the immediate future. There you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below.
Yeah, no, they're saying Reigns might come back in SummerSlam, which would be pretty good, actually. I think that'd be pretty crucial. I mean, you don't want to wait until like later on Rumble. You know, I think he's had enough time for a break, so I'm with it. I can smoke a bag of that.